Hey guys, and welcome. Yes, your eyes do not deceive you. We're going to be playing some Warhammer 2 today. We've got a glorious battle between ODM's very own mighty Tretch up against Maximus as the sneakiest of all Skaven take on the might of the Empire and Volkmar the Grim himself. Should be a good fun game. Always been a big hater of this map. It is very annoying. It's so bumpy and rolly. It's really hard to make artillery and long-range shots fire here, but we'll have to see if these guys have brought those kind of tools to the battlefield. Looks like both players gone a little bit more mobile in their battle builds. So for the forces of the Skaven, we do have some glorious rat ogres hidden in the trees alongside some doom flares. Oh, hell yeah. They always remind me of like a Mad Max kind of warped and twisted world. Them and the mighty doom wheels. Got Skaven slaves. Looks like we actually have some doom wheels as well in the forms of more doom flares and the wheels of doom, the regiment of renowned doom wheel. We have some rat ogres as well, and the main battle line is just cheap and cheerful slaves. They're here, ready to die in the name of the great horned rat and enter the halls of the mighty Skaven-filled Valhalla. We have some rat ogres in the back, as well as the teeth breakers, regiment around rattling gunners who are currently using their concealment bombs to stay hidden. We do have a mutant rat ogre as well as the Helion in the middle here, the regiment of renowned version. Awesome units, very fast, pack a punch, really underrated, quite a nice counter I would argue as well, possibly to Volkmar the Grim, although they do the magic attacks, and I believe Volkmar has a lot of resistance, so we'll have to see how that trade does indeed go. We have a glorious Eshin Sorcerer down here on the low ground. What spells do they have in store for us today? It looks like the Veil of Shadows and Skitterleap. Pretty interesting stuff indeed. And then we have Tretch Craventail, bringing quite a few of his goodies hidden at the back of the map for now, orchestrating the downfall of mankind from the Undercities. For the force of the Empire, a load of Outriders with grenade launchers. Love to see them in action. We also have Pistoliers on the right-hand side. Someone is attempting to make Darv as proud as possible. We have a load of Spearmen in the main battle line. So a load of Spearmen and Swordsmen, relatively cheap and cheerful troops, ready to lay it down and die in the name of the Empire. We do have the Sigma Sons in there as well. For some archers in the back, we've got Volkmar the Grim riding dirty alongside a Bright Wizard coming with Fireball and Burning Head. And then just a couple of Empire Knights dotted around the map, as well as more Pistoliers. Should be a good fun fight, so without further ado, let's get this bad boy underway. And it looks like the Teeth Breakers have already opened up a deadly salvo. My god, run Outriders, run! And they get caught in the veil. No, run Pistoliers. Okay, looks like for the most part they were able to escape the pain that the veil doth bringeth. And they managed to get back just in time. But they're only really doing damage at the moment to Skaven slaves. And the Teeth Breakers are laying on thick. Dagger, 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 dagger. As they fire shots in, they're doing some really awesome damage. Green skin style. The mighty Will to Do has been unleashed. Skitterleap has been popped on it, giving it stalk and unspotable, and likewise increasing its speed. Look how far we go. What a wonderful day. What a wonderful day for carnage and violence. Looking to countercharge in to the Empire Knights here, revealing itself. And the mighty mutant rat ogre is really quite good at taking down these knights, who seem to have a pretty cool colour scheme or tint going on them today. They're doing some nice damage there in the middle. We do have archers opening up, desperately trying to shoot in where possible, though they are a little bit obstructed here. Likewise, Skaven slaves are pushing aggressively through, trying to shut down the grenade launchers. The battle is really kind of well spread across the whole battlefield. Pistoliers are willing shots into Skaven slaves, being beaten back by a mixture of the slaves and Teeth Breakers. On the far side, looks like Pistoliers having an absolute whale of a time circling around and just driving the Skaven under hoof and trampling over top of them. We saw some more Empire reinforcements waiting in the wings. Big fat Burning Head goes down the line, doing some pretty decent damage here in the middle, it would seem. A big fat Fireball is going to clatter in to some of the mighty Doom Flayers. And oh my god! The Helion literally leapt over Volkmar the Grim. That is some Olympic level pole vaulting tactics. And he is going after the Mastush twirling villain himself. But if we have a little look here, 40% magic resistance is really no joke. He does have pretty poor melee defense though, so they're going to be able to do some decent damage. Likewise, Tretch Craventail is hacking and slicing at Volkmar whilst trying to drag down the beastie. Doom Flayers are taking a bit of damage now from Pistoliers, doing some 360 no-scopes into the enemy. And likewise, Teeth Breakers eviscerating spin on the approach. They have been caught now. Eshin Sorcerer needs to get back here and pin in the Spearman, though it looks like the Rogues will do that job. Teeth Breakers have had a whale of a time so far, up to just shy of 800 gold value, and only use about a third of their ammunition up. Pistoliers, though, continue to hound and harass the Doom Flayers. Likewise, Volkmar the Grim is running to safety, just falling back behind the spear wall. Grand Shield of Faith does go down, increasing that damage resistance as these troops appear to drag down the mutant rat ogres. Empire Knights are on the charge, looking to try to save Volkmar, who's taken significant damage now from the mutant rat ogres, who are hounding and harassing him wherever he goes. From the trees they strike. Archers of the Empire stand forth and bring low the fell creatures, doing some decent damage there. And likewise, the Pistoliers and Outriders are really ruling the roost at the moment. And the Skaven forces kind of scattered to the wings. We still have Doomflayers, a decent portion of them alongside the Wheels of Doom, but elsewhere, the Empire really has no mobility to their advantage. Look at this cav weaving and darting around the battlefield. We have more Skaven slaves coming back, and the Teethbreakers continuing to fire nastily onto the Pistoliers, who are about to get enveloped in a veil of shadows. What a freaking awesome animation this spell has. Unfortunately, they're not really popping too well today. Empire player has been able to dodge them, at least to the worst of the damage. Though the Pistoliers here are getting pinned in place, which is obviously not something they want to see. Swordsmen are grinding against the Eshin Sorcerer and the Rat Ogres, allowing the Pistoliers just a 360 no-scope wherever possible. But the grenade launchers have finally got to grips with the Teethbreakers. This is going to be a battle of the burst damage. Unfortunately for the Teethbreakers, they can't seem to get line of sight, whereas the grenades can loop up and over the terrain and really bring the pain to the Teethbreakers, though Rat Ogres are nearby to fend off the enemy. Very close game so far. Balance power is slightly in favour of the Skaven at the moment. We do have some more Skaven slaves who can return to the battlefield. All round, it seems like they are rallying to the war cries of the Wheels of Doom. The Mighty Spearmen getting jumped by the Mutant Rat Ogre. Not a bad fight for them at all, though. And likewise, the Mutant Rat Ogre Regiment Renowned is getting pretty beat up at the moment. With Pistoliers nearby, it's been quite hard for these guys to get their value as the Empire Knights slam into the Mutant Rat Ogre, looking to drag down the fell beast. Whereas Cretch Traventail, I call him Cretch Traventail. Tretch Craventail is leading the Wheels of Doom, running over the Empire Knights. They are so fearful for their lives. Blood in the name of the Great Horned Rat. Oh, what a lovely day as the Doomflyers come down and do some pretty decent value there as well. Oh no, have I muted the audio? No, it is going good. Still awesome. The Pistoliers are launching shots into the Rat Ogres, doing some pretty decent damage. They are going to have to fall back, though, as quickly as possible. And the gods indeed have abandoned them. Apart from the Great Horned Rat, he wants to devour them and use their essence for unlimited power. Mother Grim is vibing at the moment, allowing time phase grenade launchers to get some really good value. Beautiful protection so far from the Skaven player on the Teethbreakers, up to 126 kills. Unfortunately for them, Pistoliers have put down the pistol and picked up the blade, looking to run over the Teethbreakers and send them back from whence they came. Another lovely use, though, of the Air of Effect spell from Skaven should pin in the Pistoliers. It doesn't do much damage at all. I believe it just pins who's in, who kind of traps them in there. And that is going to allow the Teethbreakers to escape, turn around and unleash hell. But Volk Daddy is on his way, pushing in, and look at that, pumping the skies with his hammer. Yes, the Sigma Faith, steel, gunpowder. Not particularly in that order. He obviously is more about the faith. He's going to be coming down with his own bombardments, and Skaven slaves are just terrified of this moustache twirling villain, and I do not blame them. He is a pretty scary dude indeed. So it looks like Skaven slaves are being forced back. Teethbreakers have been terrified, now being chased down by spearmen. The balance power is in favour of the Empire. I can certainly see why. I've got a nice little clump of horsemen out here in the distance who look like they're forced off. Need to come back into the centre of this fight, and all the Empire troops are rallying once more, looking to push up in the hill to take on the Wheels of Doom where possible. And Tretch does have Vermin's Valor popped, stand or die. He's been a relatively tanky boy. Very close game so far. Rat Ogres are still fighting firm. Stand or die has been popped on them as well. The mighty Helion is trying its best, so the spearmen are poking and trying to pop wounds into him. I'm sure there's warpstone gushing out in green ooze and goo over top of the spearman. Probably not the nicest smelling thing in the world, but hey, if it bleeds, it can be killed. Tretch Craventail is moving and needs to really hunt down Mother Grim if they can have any chance of victory here, because those fireballs are certainly starting to add up as well from the Bright Wizard. Looks like he explodes a Doomflare as they struggle in a rut to get their engines whirling once more. Wheels of Doom is certainly not out of this fight, though, running over the enemy, having an absolute blast. Forcing back spearmen and chase them up into the trees where they will seek a bit of sanctuary to cower. Somehow, I have no idea how he's managed to do this, but the mighty Skaven player has kept his Teethbreakers online under all this enormous amounts of pressure. Doing some pretty decent damage into Volkmar. He is getting some damage resistance. However, another banishment does go down. It's only over Rat Ogres though, so it looks like they are relatively healthy and don't mind it whatsoever. It's a nice roving kind of Doom squad to try to run over Volkmar the Grim where possible. Teethbreakers are on the run. Outriders are trying to harass them, and this mobility for the Empire and all these added reinforcements could be pretty useful at just whittling down a lot of the Doom Flayers. And if you can kill Tretch, maybe there's a chance to actually break this force with Volkmar. Outriders with grenade launchers poke the Rat Ogres before fleeing to try and save their own skin. Thiefbreakers did actually go invisible. That's a really nice play. The concealment bomb's going down. They live to fight another day, and I feel like they're going to be quite pivotal in taking down Volkmar the Grim, because it looks like Volkmar is just having an absolute day. He's taken down this mutant rat ogre. He's had enough of these mother effing Skaven on this motherfucking effing plane of existence, and yeah, he really wants to get rid of them as much as possible. Empire Knight probably want to shut down the Thiefbreakers. The concealment bomb is currently popped. They're very scared, though. Will they get the volley off? Oh, no, they do not. And the Empire Knights will be able to shatter and break their bones, manically laughing as they do so. And the Rat Ogres are routed by the might of the grenade launchers. Lots of kite potential left on this side of the battlefield for the Empire. Loads of grenade launchers left, loads of pistoliers, and they're unleashing hell upon the enemy. Eshin Sorcerer's being forced back. It looks like the Doom Flayers are starting to break down and fall apart. And the mighty Tretch is somehow back in the action. Verminous Valor does go down, and Stand or Die going to bolster his forces here. And Pistolers are fleeing to save their lives. Spearmen are also being terrified. Volkmar is incredibly healthy and tanky still. Going to be dropping a rather nasty bombardment down upon the enemy. It doesn't do that much damage, but hey, damage is damage at the end of the day. And we have a load of grenade launchers, double grenade launchers in fact, just pouring on the damage. Though they may be anti-infantry, those shots certainly will add up, and the pistol is focusing down the Wheels of Doom. Look how quickly the mighty contraption of the Skaven falters, and it is a valiant defeat for the forces of Skaven. Very well played to these lads. It was a really enjoyable game. I love the builds. I love the madness. I'm all for it. Well played to ODM's Tretch. We've had him a few times on the channel, actually, performing pretty good in some, I believe it was Warhammer 3 Domination games maybe he was playing in. I think he's been on the channel a few times anyway. It's good to get the replay from his point of view as well. Up against Maximus. I wonder if this was a Maximus of XMT. I'm not sure. But either way, both players played rather awesome stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed. It was a good fun time. If you did and you had a good fun time yourself, feel free to leave a little thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already to the glorious Duck Revolution. You can also leave a comment down below of what you thought of the game. If you'd like to see more Warhammer 2 content into the future, please do let me know in the comment section. These videos, you know, if the Warhammer 2 ones do good, I'll be happy to still put them out and mix them in now and again with the Warhammer 3 stuff. And the best way for me to tell that, of course, is if there's a load of comments, likes, and views and stuff. I'm like, okay, people want to see this still, and I will put it out there. There's a load of links in the description as well. Twitch, Patreon, Discord, all that good standard stuff. You can submit replays via the Discord. We'll play to Tretch, 768 gold value on Tretch Craventail, living up to his name there and putting on a pretty awesome performance. 800 value on the Mutant Rat Ogre, 1.3k on the Regiment of Renown with 69 kills, really channeling his inner Slanesh there. Elsewhere, not expecting big value from the Slaves, 1.8k on the Thiefbreakers. They performed amazing, very impressed with them. 640, 889, and 1.1k there for the Mad Lads themselves, and the Rat Ogres did okay. Volkmar the Grim, only 1,000 value on him, so nothing too crazy, but absorbed a lot of damage. 864 value on the Firecaster. Any other standouts? 600 odd value on the Sigma Suns. 972 on the Empire Knights. 400, 300, 1,272. 465 on the Pistoliers. 860 and 900 on the Outriders. So not a bad day for the cavalry contingent of the Empire forces. Until next time, guys, peace, and as always, stay awesome.